Hi everyone, Scintilla here. Excuse the fact that I'm wearing headphones. My birds are being periodically quite loud. Um, this is how I deal with that. You might hear them in the background. In fact, sorry about that. I just wanted to talk about something when it comes to the furry fandom, like there's a thing called the 6 to 1 rule, or like suggestion, like 6 hours of sleep, 2 meals per day, and 1 shower per day. That like it's recommended especially for cons and stuff. But how does that apply to somebody who's neurodivergent and chronically ill like me? Because you don't want to know how exhausting just something as simple as a shower can be for me. Like, I have an entire step by step list that is just for my shower routine alone, because if I especially don't do the lotion part afterwards, my 3 skin condition will surely let me know and not let me sleep if I forget that. And my shower routine takes like an hour at least, depending on how fast I am in the shower itself and how fast I am with the lotions and all of that. Like, it depends, but usually an hour at least. And imagine that at a con, because I do showers right before bed because of the fact that they're so exhausting. So like, imagine you've been on to a con, you have had fun all day, you're socially burned out for the day, you just want to go to bed and just pass out to be able to manage for the next day. And I know there's been this discussion that fur is extremely stinky, like they smell so much. Like they think like if you can afford a fursuit, you can afford deodorant kind of thing, you know. And while I agree on that, but for some of us, it's not that freaking simple. Not to say that I won't put on deodorant or like try to smell better if I can't shower, but it's like I have this social fear that if I go to a con or something, I haven't been to a fur con yet. I dream to go someday. Maybe NFC next year. I'll hope for that. But it's just so terrifying to be like, should I even go to a con? First of all, I need my own room. I don't do roommates, mainly because I've been not treated well in the past by roommates for anime cons, and the fact that the hotel room is where I'm supposed to, have a sanctuary, it's my temporary place, like to relax, to chill, and to recoup, especially from the mental overwhelm and physical overwhelm that is being at a freaking convention if you're chronically ill and neurodivergent like I am. I haven't been to a furcon yet, but if I can tell from my experience of anime cons, I can bet that it's probably quite similar. And it's just, I hate the fact that I have to be so afraid to be like, oh, people are gonna think I'm disgusting or something like that, but all because I don't feel like doing my hour plus showering routine every single freaking night. Not to say that I want to put on the deodorant before bed or change clothes or all of that. Like, fine, my hair might look oily, it might look messy, but it easily, trust me, even 5 minutes after a shower, my hair looks like it hasn't been washed in weeks. I've been like this since I was a toddler. It sucks, trust me, it does. And then there's the fact that I get my own room and all of that. I don't do roommates, and I'm quite shy when it comes to big social gathering, so it's not like anybody's really gonna notice me because I'm gonna stay within distance from people unless I need to, interact with somebody, like if it's somebody I know or somebody is, talking to me. But unless that kind of thing is needed, I'm just gonna be lurking around, you know, because that's the best I can do, because I just gotta be mindful and just gotta think about my social and physical battery. And then there's the thing, I have a wheelchair, but it's not a custom one because my invisible disabilities aren't really good enough to be able to get a custom one, especially since I'm technically not diagnosed on paper, because being AFAB in the medical world fucking sucks. Like, you have no idea how hard it is to wait like 6 to 8 months for an appointment only to hear the same shit like, yeah, we ran the test we could, we don't see anything, it's probably in your head, maybe take an Advil or something. One time when I was complaining about endometriosis pain, because I know I have that, and the female doctor I had for that appointment literally just told me to shut the fuck up. A female doctor. You would expect a fellow lady to get how awful period pains can be, and if it's worse than regular ones, then that should, add to concern. But no, I was told to shut the fuck up and take an Advil and stop complaining. So I rarely go to the doctors these days because of it, because I can even predict what they're gonna say before they say it, and by the looks of their faces, I'm always right. And it sucks that it's gotten to that point, so like, why even bother? When it's just the same thing over and over, and trust me, the travel through public transit just to get to the damn clinic isn't fun in itself. So I'd rather just not. But anyways, I got a bit off topic, stupid ADHD. Anyways, I'm just... How does the 6-2-1 rule apply to somebody like me? Like, it's not like I'm genuinely trying my best. It's just like, I might not have the energy to take a shower after each fursuiting session, let alone even maybe one per day. I'm lucky if I get like 3 or 4 showers per week on a good week. Like, if I'm generally trying my best, and at least like wear deodorant, use a body mist or anything that smells nice, like as a placeholder for the days when I can't do my awful shower routine, like, doesn't that show like I care enough? Like, I'm trying my freaking best to, not be a fucking stink mess in public, because trust me, I think I'm doing much more than many furries do at conventions, if we're gonna mention like people like carpet sample and stuff like that. Like, trust me, I think there's way worse smells that furries can emit than somebody who happens to be chronically ill and doesn't want to deal with the strenuous shower routine. And then there's the thing, I plan on getting an electric wheelchair, but the one I found on Amazon is like $600-700, so that's gonna take a while to save up for. And I have a manual one, not a custom one. I have a cane and a crutch. Yeah, I do what I can do. I do what I do with the stuff I have, but trust me, it's not easy. And then I'd like to mention that on the 28th of March, and this month, in exactly 3 weeks, no, 2 weeks from today, I'm going to my very first fur meet. I'm going to the Uppsala Furries fur meet, and I'm quite excited because I've never been to a fur meet before, and frankly it's been forever since I hung with other furries in real life, and I'm quite excited for that. So if you're there, be sure to say hi. I'll be wearing Scintilla, maybe. Or I don't know if I'll bring her, I'll see. But I at least have stickers to share, so if you ask me kindly if I can, I'll give you one. But yeah, I don't know where this discussion is going. But I guess I also wanna discuss the fact that simple things, like even doing household chores, has to be done in multiple steps for somebody like me who's chronically neurodivergent. Like, if I were to explain how a typical day for me would look like, and that will include having a job because I got offered a place outside of town. I'm awaiting the call for like planning a study visit, but it's Saturday now, so that's probably not gonna happen until maybe Monday at the earliest. So it's like, a typical day for me starts, and this might sound crazy, but let me pull up my phone and I'll look through all of my alarms and explain what I do along with them. So just give me a moment and let's go through this. So, as you might see, I have a bunch of alarms. And also, sorry, my phone is crap. I'm getting a new one sometime next week. This is pure trash, even though it's a Motorola. Every day I wake up at 7 a.m. At 7:15 I make myself breakfast. And at 11 a.m. I make lunch. At 1 p.m. on Sundays I do my weekly grocery shopping, and I have an electric scooter that helps a lot. On Sundays at 3:30 p.m. I deep clean the entire apartment. At 5:30 p.m. every day I make dinner. On Monday, Wednesdays and Fridays at 6 p.m. I empty my Roomba. At 6:30 p.m. every day I give dinner to my pets, and at 7:15 p.m. I shower, and at 8 p.m. I change and clean food and water bowls for my animals. At 8:10 p.m. I do my evening routine to relax and calm down, and at 8:55 I fill and start the laundry and dishwasher for the night, so it can be all done and clean by the time I wake up. And at 9 p.m. I put the birds, my budgies, to bed. But that's not all, because I have this Finch app, which I actually highly recommend for people who have like ADHD or like struggle with self-care and all of that. You can make your own custom goals and things to do. So like let me just see what a typical day looks like. So it's get out of bed, make my bed. Wait, that's weird. Give me a second. I just wanna see if I can find where my freaking routines are. One moment. Let me just give me a second. Hi, I'm back. So yeah, I clicked the wrong thing. So like it's out of order, but I have put the birds to bed, filled the dishwasher and laundry machine, and turned them on for a night. Do my relaxing evening routine. change and clean water bottles, keep a water bottle around throughout the day so I can stay hydrated, do my weekly grocery shopping, that's for tomorrow, change clothes like after I get out of bed, brush teeth, make lunch, shower, feed my pets breakfast, make dinner, fold and put away clean laundry from the laundry basket, deep clean my entire apartment. I do that on Sundays, and yeah. So like on top of the alarms, I even have this. As for some like things, like I get reminded twice, both with the phone alarm and then with this app. And honestly, it's quite useful if I'm gonna be honest, because one alarm is not enough, especially if you have a ADHD. Like, you have to have it come from all different ways and be like, make sure you do it, make sure you do it, don't forget about this. Like, I can survive on my own and I'm very independent and all of that, but ADHD be ADHD, and it's nothing I can really do about. And that's a typical day. So if a shower is an hour-long routine, then you can probably imagine how exhausting all other of those chores can be, especially those that are more strenuous, like deep cleaning apartment, cleaning the bird's cage, cleaning food and water bowls, making myself food, like things like that. Like, there is so much I do every day, even though it looks like I'm just sitting. If I'm just laying around or sitting around, that's me taking up every freaking opportunity to rest when I can, because then there's the grocery shopping. Yes, I have it once per week, but sometimes it's several times per week if I forget stuff. And even though I have an electric scooter, it's a lot of work to, get rest, go out, like be amongst people, think about what I'm going to shop, think about budget. It's just so much that is in my mind constantly. So the fact that I'm going to affirm it is almost like a mini vacation, like a mini con, even though it's just for the day. Even though cons can be exhausting too, even though it's just a meet, but it's a whole day thing, and I'm gonna be back home really late and all of that, so I'm gonna even have to ask my neighbor to like feed my animals and all that while I'm gone. Hopefully he can. But like, yeah, it's just so much. So if you see me at a con or a meet, and you might smell me and it's not pleasant, just before you judge, maybe think about what my story is and what I deal with, and how much it took to even for me to even be able to be there and socialize and all of that. And hell, maybe I didn't shower the day before or that day, but I put on some deodorant, I put on some perfume or body mist or something to make myself smell nicer, because I didn't want to miss out on hanging with friends, all because the hour plus long shower routine is very strenuous on top of all of the other things I had to do. Like, believe it or not, even without a job, I'm quite freaking busy just doing, normal household chores. And once the job starts, oh boy. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot, but yeah. Anyways, I'm sorry this video is quite rambly and just weird, but I felt like I just had to discuss it with all of you, because honestly, better for me to let my feelings out there than to, stick it in a bottle and put it on a shelf or something. Like I used to do it, even though I kinda do it still. But yeah, anyways, double upload today. I hope that strikes your fancy. That's not gonna happen often. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!